let's skip over the co-main event. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Just slide over to Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler. Man, that kick to the face, yo, that was like the perfect kick.
You can. I was laughing to myself during that fight. I'm not going to skip over. I'm going to go straight to it. I feel like they're one and the same. I feel like the Tony Ferguson Michael Chandler fight and the Callouts Rose Namajunas fights are like there's a correlation there, because I obviously watched the Chandler Ferguson fight. Ferguson gets knocked out with like this crazy knockout, goes down bad. And I'm like, wow. And then I go on, I'm watching the next fight. That fight's like a bit of a stalemate. So I go on the internet and I look. Tony Ferguson is already a meme. Tony Ferguson's body, lifeless body, people already going, oh, Tony Ferguson sent to the shadow realm. Tony Ferguson's this, Tony Ferguson's like, there's already people just like memeing him up, getting them run through. And then I look up and I'm watching these two girls fighting incredibly carefully. And then keep scrolling on my Twitter feed and people are going, this sucks. This is boring. Why are they doing this? They should get their purses taken off them. And I'm just like, it's the same. Like, neither of these girls want to turn into a meme. You can't blame them for that. You know what I mean? You've just seen a guy getting memed and potentially his career, you know what I mean? And then in the next fight, you're going to attack them for being too careful. It's like, how about you don't turn them into a meme and these girls won't be definitely... You've got a meme right there.
Jesus. The moment of impact is just... He just turned into an 80-year-old man. What the fuck happened? It's just insane, man.
That's the sport. Like, he was looking sharp, man. If I'm being honest about Ferguson, he was looking good. Yeah. Like, besides that, he had not really made any mistakes. Like, leading into that, he was tagging Chandler. Chandler was forced to like adjust. Right, we haven't seen Chandler like implement a wrestle heavy game. Even when he has been hurt by Gagey or something like that, like he has been hurt, he still didn't implement like a wrestling style attack. So he was obviously like adapting to deal with the pressure that Tony Ferguson was amplifying to him or putting him under. So Tony Ferguson was like doing sharp. It's just one of those things. It's just that's the way the cookie crumbles in this sport. Like you can do everything right and still get knocked out. You don't have to make a mistake and you can still get knocked out. And you can see like Tony Ferguson's like disbelief when he gets up, because like I've been there as well. You're just fighting, then the next minute you're over and you're like, maybe this is a bad dream. Maybe I'm gonna wake up like from this bad dream, and then you're just standing up going, you're like, nope, this is the way it went down. This is the way the cookie crumbled. So like people are gonna say what they say about Tony Ferguson, but to me it doesn't look like none of those were the signs of a fighter that doesn't want to be in there.
Yeah.
Like he got caught. He got taken out. It was just one of those shots that just set someone's lights off. And that's the danger of Michael Chandler, because he goes all in. He's not there preserving himself. If he gets he goes 100% on every single shot. But to me, Tony Ferguson is not a fighter that's like looking for a way out. If you see a fighter like kind of start going a bit tentative or turning away or getting hit with a hard shot and like not looking like they want to engage, that's not a fighter. That's not the signs that I saw in that fight. So hopefully he heals up all right and we see him back out there.
Yeah, I actually had Ferguson probably edging out the first round. You know what I mean? He dropped Chandler and then he was working off his back, even though Chandler kind of dominated the second half of the fight on the ground on top. But I feel like he was active enough off the back with elbows. He took some shots, but he knocked down Chandler early in the fight. And he was looking really good. Like you said, he was looking really good. He didn't look like a guy that was dwindling in his skill set. He kind of came out a little different too. Like his like movement was a little bit different. Made some adjustments. I thought he looked pretty sharp, like you said. Just you could be on a 10-fight winning streak and get hit with that fucking kick to the face, and your 10-fight winning streak is gone. You know what I mean? If you're losing 5 in a row, you get hit to the fucking face with that front kick. Now you lost 6 in a row, man. It's just that kick. I wish everybody that talks shit would just get hit in the face with that kick. That's what I just want to see. Boom! I just want to see Michael Chandler just kick everybody in the face, and then this will be you. This will be you, you fucking weirdos talking shit. But you know, it's
So they do. It's sport. It's not even else. It's sport fans. It's like it's just the way that sport fans go about things. It's
yeah.
To me, I feel like combat sports needs a different level of respect, because there's a bit more going on than chucking a ball around or hitting something with a bat or driving something. Like there's a bit more going on when we get out there. So I feel like it deserves a bit more respect. But going out there and demanding it is like it's like pissing in the wind. I feel like I feel like more bad shit's gonna come back than good's gonna come. And good's gonna come from it. Like it's just a waste of time. It's just you have to, it's part of your sport turning into like turning to a mainstream audience. As you get mainstream understanding, you get mainstream sport fans. I guess it's just part and parcel.
Yeah, man. It's definitely gonna get more bad shit coming back if you pissing, against the wind. unless you're Machida, he enjoys a little bit of.
He loves to piss in the wind.
Yeah, a little bit of piss in the cup. It's all good. It's fancy. Chandler, man, fucking, what did he do? Chandler, he knows what to do. He gets on that mic, and he puts on a good little promo of like who he wants to fight, or kind of like laying out his options. I like
obviously
that.
obviously have the. I'm gonna guess it because I watched the fights on mute. I didn't listen to Michael Chandler. I'm gonna guess it, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. He called out Gagey, he called out Oliveira, and he called out Conor McGregor. That's like what, like the guy. I'm listening to music, so I can just see his mouth move. But like from where I'm sitting, those are his options, right? Like those are his 3 best options. So he cut a promo for all 3 of them, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
He cut a promo. Like the guy knows what to do. He knows how to sell a fight. That's why regardless of how his last 2 fights, he's right in that title picture, which is how fast the sport can change.
Exactly. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win again against a top guy. You're back in the mix, and then you're, whatever you bring to the table is just more collateral for you to kind of like push for that title. And yeah, Chandler did the best thing. Those are the 3 best options, right? Whoever wins the main event, or Conor McGregor, you know what I mean? Like I actually like that matchup, you know what I mean? Chandler versus Conor McGregor. That's a great fight. You know what I mean? Chandler's going to go in there and try to bang with Conor, and that's what Conor wants. Conor wants that kind of matchup. But he doesn't want Oliveira.
When a champion calls you out, you know what I mean? The champ calls you out. That puts the belt on the line. Like, I'm sure, like whoever's going to draw Conor McGregor back into a fight it's got to have something to offer, right? Like he would fight Michael Chandler because he knows beating Michael Chandler is a shot at the title. Well, if you're already getting a shot at the title, then you don't need to take the fight that gets you a shot at the title, right? Like very rarely the champions call people out, but obviously he's calling Conor McGregor for a reason. That's the man. That's the only fight no one would ever turn down.
You think Tony Ferguson gets another fight? Do you think he stays with the UFC?
100%. 100%. They're not like, that's not, the UFC is not in the business of like letting fighter go with like his name still intact, where it's like he can go and sell it like elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like if Tony Ferguson left the UFC right now, went to PFL, went to Bellator, like he'd still be like I'll watch him fight anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch him fight in the PFL. I'll watch him in Bellator. I'll watch him fight wherever he wants to fight, in Ryzen and what, like wherever he possibly would go. I would watch him fight. Like, the UFC is not in the business of releasing fighters that still have name value. They'll give him, like, Tony Ferguson lose another 10 fights. Like, he'll lose every fight left on his contract before the UFC would think about cutting him or releasing him or anything like that. It's just, it's business. Like, it's smart business. Don't be, you can't just be like a silly sportsman and just think like you're gonna get treated like you're a commodity. Deal with it. Understand that.
Well, he was going in hard on Dana during fight week, talking about he's a drug dealer, and
so does Nate though. Like, so does Nate. Could say whatever he possibly wanted. Like, Dana's not going to tear up his contract.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why they say those things.
So they just need to face the fact.
Tony Ferguson's probably got, like, I don't know how many. Like, I have no idea about his contract. He's still got like a lot of fights left on his contract. Like, he's not getting out. Like, that's why they start. That's why these guys get the freedom to start saying these kind of things, because they legitimately don't care. They legitimately can make good money outside of the UFC. It's just the UFC is not gonna release them and allow another promotion to get a marquee big star name. That doesn't make any business sense.
Yeah, especially in this industry where it's the hardest sport, I think, to build stars, to be honest with you, because everything's related to winning. You know what I mean? Like, some sports you could lose and still have
it
a
is,
star player.
and then there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't really see. There's a lot that goes on about, like, a lot of it comes down to like how you pick your matches, but it's like you have too many guys picking your matches and too many guys looking after their records. Well, then no one fights. Then we turn into boxing, which is a completely broken system. So the UFC definitely has the people that they push, but it's very select. It's very selective who they get behind and who they push.
Mm-hmm. Well, as long as we're sticking to the lightweight division,